Drum roll. Welcome to Sunset Dive, everybody. Vapor City is tried and true dive bar. Pull up, take a seat, and if you're over 21 or your regional equivalent, get a drink. Today, we've got quite the guest. Normally, I wouldn't allow firearms in the bar, but when the guest claims to be a sentient gun, I don't want to turn them away. Can everyone please welcome Scarlet Lillian? She'll come. She's just right up there, right? She can hear me, right? Welcome,
Hello.
welcome. Howdy!
Hello! Hello!
Feel free to
Oh
take
my
a
God.
seat.
Yes.
If you don't like how the in-house
Feel
seats...
naked without my jacket.
If you don't like how the in-house
Kinda-
seats work, you can turn them off.
Okay.
If you press up on your right control stick, I think, or pad or whatever you have, it should bring up a little menu, and then there's a chairs on button and you can turn it off. If you would rather just, you know,
Okay.
stand in VR or sit in VR.
Let's see here. I mean, I'm sitting now. I think, does it look fine on stream? I can't really see.
Yeah, you look fine. As always.
Okay, that's good. As long as I look fine on stream, it's all good.
So,
Because I can't really tell right now because I have a VR headset on me. God.
it's okay. I have cameras and screens everywhere here to make sure that I can keep things organized and running
I don't
today.
know how you do it. God. Here, let me change my output so it doesn't sound like... Okay, hopefully this is like a better... Does it sound a bit better? Or do I sound like weird?
You sound fine to me.
Okay, just making sure. Because my mic behavior can be a bit finicky sometimes.
Imagine having to do anything when you have a TV strapped to your face. Yeah,
Oh
I mean-
my god.
it's okay. That's what all the funny little screens are for.
You're so right.
I'll have to take a screenshot afterwards to show y'all what this sort of looks like, because,
Oh, please do. I'm actually kind of curious, like, what your setup looks like.
we'll get into that later. For now, let's get started.
course.
For those that don't know you, in 15 words or less, describe yourself. Introduce yourself. 15 words.
15 words?
15 words. Can you count that high, for one?
No. But I do have an introduction. For my introduction, though, hello everyone, I'm Scarlet, the sentient gun VTuber from the future. Hi. I think that was less than 15 words, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're clear. I can't count either, so.
We both failed math, oh god.
The drink of the night, for those of you who saw the post before, decide to grab ingredients and mix it yourself. You know, bring your own drink and all. I only have so much. It is an adios motherfucker, suggested by Scarlet herself.
Yes! We all love an adios motherfucker over here.
There are equal parts
Basically.
vodka, rum, tequila, blue caracal, mixed in with some sweet and sour, some Sprite, a lemon, a lime, and topped off with a maraschino cherry. And it's pretty damn
Yep.
good.
That's how I... Right! It's my drink of choice when I want to get fucked up.
It's a good one. This thing is dangerous.
Oh, it's real potent, as I've heard, but
Yeah, I mixed one
first
for...
time I drank it.
Oh.
God. Oh no, I was gonna say, like, the first time I drank it, I was gone.
We'll be able to get into that right here shortly, actually. Because the first question of the night,
No.
we're going to jump straight into it.
Okay.
What made you choose an AMF for the drink of the night?
Oh, okay. So... AMFs, the reason why I chose it, I'd say it's just my drink of choice when it comes to whenever I go to the bars. So, when I first turned 21, my first drink was plum soju, and that fucked me up. But that story gets more wild because I didn't drink like shots of plum soju. I drank the entire bottle.
Oh. I see.
Yeah, so my friend at the time, he handed me this green bottle. I thought it looked like a beer bottle because it looked like the Heineken beer bottles or like the Corona beer bottles. So I was like, okay, it's a green bottle, could be beer. He hands me the bottle, and he takes his and just swigs the entire bottle of soju down. And so my dumbass was looking at it for the first time, and I'm like, oh, monkey see, monkey do. I'm gonna go ahead and down this. So I downed the entire bottle of soju, and I threw up.
Oh,
right after,
no.
I got so fucked. I was in the bathroom, I was throwing up, I was crying. It was my first time. I was like, oh man, I never want to do that again. But then I did it again. So the very first drink I got to the bar, friend was like, hey, you want to order an AMF? I love this drink so much. And so I was like, AMF? Adios, motherfucker. And so I was like, it's blue. It can't be that bad. There's a reason why they called it the adios, motherfucker. But it goes down so smoothly. You don't notice it.
Mm.
Then 15 minutes later, you're like, oh, this shit's not hitting. 20 minutes later, oh shit, it hits. And so, same situation. I got back to his house. Everyone's taking care of me because I'm slumped over, drunk, just wasted. I couldn't function. But then after that, I was like, you know what? Let's increase my tolerance. So from there on, every time I went to the bar, it's always been my thing to order an AMF. Or beer.
Interesting. So it was for a tolerance thing, a warm up.
It's a tolerance thing for me, yeah, because it's so strong. But now I can drink 2 AMFs before I get fucked. So
2 of them.
I'm making progress.
That's good.
I'm making progress, chat.
Do you have one with you tonight?
I actually have a bottle of soju with me tonight, so
that'll do.
I went out into the kitchen. I was like, should I make an AMF? And then I realized, my parents are at home. Imagine they walked into the kitchen, they just see their daughter just cranking out a blue AMF, and they're like, what is that?
Concocting.
Blue raspberry juice? Yeah, they're like, what are you concocting with my tequila?
Yeah.
God.
Oh my god, I went out, I haven't mixed a whole lot with tequila, so it took me a little bit to like look through my options, and I picked something just sort of middle of the shelf, and when I got back home, I immediately started Googling it, because I'm like, oh, I hope I didn't grab garbage. And everywhere everywhere I was looking was like, it's fine for mixing. Don't take shots of it. And I'm
Okay.
like, will do.
Yeah. Yes. Good for mixing. Don't take shots. But I can also take straight shots of vodka.
Same. In fact, as far as taking shots of tequila go, back when I lived at my university house, we were all sort of, you know, hermits. We would all be in our rooms playing like League and some other stuff, but on drinking nights we would all be playing the same game together, and then one of us would yell shot, everyone would storm out to the kitchen, somebody would pour shots of tequila, everyone would take a shot, then everyone would run back to their rooms.
Oh my god.
Oh, those are fun nights.
You live in an apartment too. God bless your soul.
Yeah.
Luckily, I never had that. I mean, the most fucked up I've gotten. Well, I think the most fucked up I've ever gotten was at an anime party. It was at a convention. It was like one of those night parties that I went to.
Mm-hmm.
And there was like a tub of jungle juice, is what they called it. And I didn't know what jungle juice was. Apparently, it was like a frat boy thing. It's like a frat house thing. They just mix whatever the fuck they had in there. I drank it. It wasn't too bad, but
it varies.
Nah, it wasn't it after. Thank God I was around people that were like good, safe people, but damn, I got fucked.
Yeah, we would end up making jungle juice whenever we just had like a bunch of like, you know, fifth full bottles. we would just pour it
Oh
all
my
together
God.
into a single bowl and make like punch out of it. And sometimes it wasn't half bad. Other times,
What was the worst jungle juice you've ever had? What did it taste like? You remember?
Oh, it just tastes like by the way, it's called jungle juice. It just tastes like swamp water, like straight
Oh,
swamp
gross.
water. Couldn't really taste anything. It looks like you know when you take a bunch of like primary colors in elementary school, and they teach you, like mix these two together, mix these two together, and then when you mix all of them, it makes like a nasty like grayish like brownish nastiness. Yeah, that's what the drink tasted like.
Ew. I don't know how, but ugh. that tastes. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I actually could taste that. A swig of. That's enough for me to take a swig of my first drink. Cheers, bottoms up.
Yo, cheers. Ugh.
Jesus.
Ugh. Standing like the middle of my room, so I have to go all the way over to my desk to grab my drink.
Gosh. I don't even know if my model's like stretching or not. I'm just standing in one place right now. I'm just vibing.
Nah, you look fine.
I don't know what chat sees. Chat probably sees like a weird me like dancing right now. We're the company.
Yo.
God.
Alright. Moving on. I have a good story for you. Or a good story, not story. Question. If you had the chance to go corporate, would you take it? Like, as far as VTubing goes, of course.
As VTubing, yeah. Yeah, that's a difficult decision.
Let's cut it up a little bit. Let's say let's say first you get to keep like your current community, your current model, your current sort of freedom over stuff, and they're just inviting you into a larger group where they're, elevating your platform. Would you take it?
I mean, in that case, well, that's the thing. Like, I don't really mind if I get a whole rebrand or not. My thing about becoming corporate is that it doesn't really matter to me personally what my model looks like, because at the end of the day, I know this isn't the case for like most other VTubers, but to me, my VTuber is just like an extension of, it's like a creative extension of who I am. So for me, in any medium that I'm in, I'm pretty sure most people can probably recognize me, especially if it's maybe my voice, if they could recognize me, but if it's an agency inviting me and I get to keep everything, I find that as a plus. I'd be like, hell yeah, I'd do it.
Hell yeah. Now
my only concern with like becoming corporate is that now Scarlett works a real big girl corporate job, and if I go corporate, I have the chance of possibly sacrificing said corporate stability for moving on to VTubing. But I feel like if it's for 2 years or a couple of years, I'd probably take it, because you only live once,
True.
So I'd probably find out and see what it feels like.
Yeah, fuck around and find out.
Yeah, fuck around and find out. Honestly, you only live once, and that's a lot of stories you can tell people later on. Yeah, I used to be a corporate VTuber. What's a VTuber? Oh, I was an anime girl who had huge titties online. That's gonna be me. Yeah. Tits. Mommy, what were you when you were growing up?
Oh, man.
I was a VTuber. Mommy, what's a VTuber? You have giant anime tits, honey.
Honey.
And people meow at you for some reason and want to make you their Discord kitten. Don't be me. Just confuse the fuck out of your kids.
We got a little bit of old smoker Scarlet there. Hey kiddos, don't end up like me.
Don't be me. Don't be cringe. Like, now looking at it, even like, what, I've only been a VTuber for what, a little over 2 years now, and I'm already like, I'm looking at my old VODs and it's like, why the fuck did I do that?
2 years?
Why did I say that? Yeah, only 2 years.
Huh, that's crazy. I I feel like I've known you longer than that.
Well, 2 years with like this model.
Oh, with this model,
you
okay.
Possibly met me with my PNG, so like
Yeah,
I was
that
face
was
streamer
probably
and
it.
PNG. You probably met me during my PNG era because of YouTube. So total time as streamer 4 years. Total time as VTuber 2 years.
How do you feel your content is different from when you started?
Oh, definitely no longer a Valorant and Genshin streamer. I used to be really big into playing Valorant. I mean, that's what inspired like the whole like, oh, sentient gun VTuber, because I make the joke that I would be like, I used to play a lot of Valorant. I was obsessed with it. It was my shit back then. I was on a whole team. That's how I met Yuchi, actually. So, met Yuchi because of my Valorant team that invited me on to play. We played in a tournament, broke up, yada yada yada. Then Yuchi came up to me and was like, Scarlet, you know what a VTuber is, right? And I'm like, kinda, yeah. I've seen them online. And Yuchi's like, oh, you want to become VTubers with me? And at this time, this was Yuchi with her Fox model. So,
oh god.
This was way back.
The throwback.
The throwback to her Fox model? Yeah. So, I was like, sure. And then, I mean, yeah, that's... After that, I just Googled how to become a VTuber, went, oh, you need a design. What the fuck do I design myself as? Because that was the biggest thing for me. I didn't know what to design myself. Like, what am I? And so, I just streamed after that. I think the first time I streamed was just Genshin. It was just me fucking around with like friends, playing Wind Trace. For those of y'all who don't know what that is, it's basically like prop hunting Genshin. But after that, I met like a couple of artists who said like, hey, I want to get into VTubing. Would you like a VTuber model? And he would design my VTuber model, make my VTuber model, and I was like, dang, that's a really cool opportunity. Thanks. And so, when it came down time, he was like, oh god, my model. When it came down time, he asked me like, hey, what do you want your model to look like? And I had no fucking clue. Up until this point, Scarlet Lillian was a name that I used since like 7th grade.
Oh my god, that long.
I was like Vainglory using the name. Yeah. So I was like, this was like, what, 8 years ago? I've been using the name Scarlet Lillian for a long time, and I played like a shit ton of Vainglory, and that's where the name Scarlet Lillian like really came from. And so when it came time to make an avatar, they were like, what do you want it to be? Oh no. We drew inspiration from places, like kind of banked on the fact that I was like an op crutch in Valorant, so obviously a sniper made sense. I was one of those filthy op crutches. I was a mad shot with an op.
It's true, it's true. I've seen it firsthand. No, you're right.
Yeah. So
don't give her a Marshall though. Don't give her a Marshall.
Yeah, don't give me a Marshall. Give me an op. But I also did marksmanship in person too. So that's where like the gig, like, oh, sentient gun. Yeah, I did 10-meter competitive marksmanship.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, so that was back when I was I was a tiny kid in JROTC. But yeah, I did some of that, and then once I transitioned to VTuber, I was like, yeah, okay, sure. When it came to designs, I was like, okay, let me just have a sniper, basic jacket, actually kind of like similar to your outfit right now, like a jacket with like I think that's a crop top, and yeah, that's a crop top. Like,
oh my god, I'm sorry for stealing your style, jeez. No.
Like, it was drip back then. I love the drip. The only difference was that I had like a little like laurel in my hair with lilies. So that was basically that was my thing back then. That was original Scarlet. Then my artist now, the one that designed this model and my current 2.0 model, he was like, okay, let's take your favorite video games and then create a character off of that. And then from there, that's why I'm kind of like, I don't really care what form I take, because I'm not, like, I'm attached kind of to my models, and they hold a lot of memories, but at the same time, I didn't really have a big say in like either of my models because I don't know what the fuck I wanted to look like. So I was like, hey, you know what? Take my voice, take what you think I sound like, and then create something, and then I'll puppet that. And so that's basically what it is. Like Scarlet 01, Scarlet 2.0, same thing. I was like, hey, you do your thing. I like the way you do things. Create a model off of that, and the rest was history.
That's a really cool way to, you know, get it done, though, and that makes sense why you have that sort of mindset around corporate stuff, because it wasn't something that you made yourself, it was something that other people made. Interesting.
Yeah, I think that's like, yeah, most people when they do give up their VTuber models, and I get it, like, if you're like Yuchi and you designed your model, I can see how you might have an attachment to it because it's like, oh, I had a say in creating this model, this is what I want myself to look like, I have a vision of what I look like, and that's completely valid. Like, I know a lot of VTubers are like, this is me, like, I identify with this model so strongly, and I totally get that. I'm just one of those people who are like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, I don't know what the fuck I want. You do you, I'll puppet it. So I think that's like kind of the mindset I have generally towards the whole VTube thing.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And as far as the stuff you do on stream, is that similar, or would you say it's different from what you used to do back then?
On stream now? Dang. On stream now, I'd say I'm trying to dive more into story games. So things like Elden Ring, or I've just recently started doing Elden Ring. I tried diving into story games. I did some drawing back then, and then just yapping. I used to not be like that big of a talker on like just on a just chatting screen and just talking. But I find myself enjoying that a lot more now, just because I can just ramble on my own. But story games is a big thing. Elden Ring is my first Souls game, and when I got into it, it's like, oh god, I don't know what the fuck a parry is, I don't know what any of this is, but it looks interesting. And the reason why I'm staying is because of the fighting element of it. I'm an impatient person, so when it comes down to like dialogue, I skip that shit. I'm sorry, I'm one of those people, I'll skip the shit out of all the dialogue, get to the fighting, and then I go on to like YouTube, see like those lore summary videos in like 10 minutes, watch those and be like, okay, I get the story now. I'm one of those people. I like action, I prefer action over like storytelling, and I get some people get really pissy over that because they're like, but you need to enjoy the story, you need to enjoy like things unraveling, and I don't know, like, I get it and I understand, but at the same time, fighting is kind of fun though.
Yeah.
I did come from like a game that's very fast paced, so that's probably how my content's differing. I'm trying to explore into like the slower sides of things. You know, we're getting older. We want to take things a little bit more slowly. Maybe not take things too fast like little youngsters do anymore.
You saying you're getting older is killing me.
I know, like a bunch of no, that's the thing with most VTubers are like, oh my god, Scarlett, how old are you? And I'll be like, oh, I'm like 20. This was back then, like 2 years ago. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm 20. And they're like, you're 20? You're a VTuber? And I'm like, yeah, how old are you? And I'd be under the impression they're like 23, 24 max. And they'd be like, oh no, I'm like 29, 30. And I'm like, what? And they're like, oh my god, you're a baby. I'm like, I'm not a baby. I'm grown. They're like, no, you're not. No, you're not. And like, the older I get now, it's like, okay, I kind of understand what they're saying now. Like, I'm still trying to develop and grow on my own. But yeah,
it feels like those gaps.
I haven't like.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say it feels like those gaps are getting like shorter and shorter too. Like, talking to somebody who's like, I don't know, probably like 20-ish now, like, I can only hold a conversation so well sometimes. But it really depends on the person.
Oh, yeah. I think with me, I've always had a better time talking with adults than I did my peers around my age. It's only recently that I've been able to talk better with people around my age. Because the thing with, like, me, right, is I usually talk politics. This was back, like, when I was IRL, I didn't know what VTubing was. That was the only thing I knew how to talk about. It was just politics, economy, old man shit. That was philosophy. That was all that was basically my personality. And so it attracted a certain group of people where it was like, oh, you're so old-fashioned. It's like older people that would really talk to me and get to know me. And like, I'm surprised I didn't see a predator when I was a kid, or if I did get groomed and it was.
Oh no!
Played upon, I didn't know. Well, because nowadays when I think about it, it's like, huh. Out of all the interactions I've had back then, I think most of them were appropriate. Most people knew who they were talking to. They were talking to actually a kid. But then I was like, yeah, it is what it is. And then now when I talk to people now, it's better because I understand what a skibbity toilet is, finally. I'm trying to figure out what Sigma Gyat means still. It's, I don't know this brain rot terminology.
The voices!
The Rizzler, like any of that. I'm still trying to. I'm like, okay, this is like some cool brain rot shit that I can get behind. And now it's like it's just cringe because JD, JD's my boyfriend, and he's like, oh my god, you're so fucking cringe. Why do you say these things on stream? And I'm like, what do you mean, what do I say these things on stream? He's like, no, you act like an anime character on stream. You act like a weeb. And I'm like, nah, shit, Sherlock, have you seen my model?
Yeah,
Hello?
exactly.
Like, I can't really get rid of this. Like, this is just, I built this persona brick by brick. But,
no
like,
shit, Sherlock.
like, me, it's like, I think he'll be sarcastic about it, and he'll be like, "You're cringe," and I'll be like, and he'll give his reasons. And I'm like, well,
yeah.
Well, I kind of live in the virtual world right now, so overall, I mean, it's been a ride. It's been a ride. I forgot what the question was entirely, but it's been a ride these past 4 years as a content creator. We ignore the third year where I had major computer problems. I
remember that arc.
That was traumatic. I was in shambles. Thank God my community was like nice enough to be like, oh my god, here, we want to be like, that's what kept me going, honestly. It's just the people that are like, we like your content, keep on going, like, we'll support you, like, keep doing it. Because before I never had that opportunity. Like, I think my old guild in Vainglory, we were offered a chance to be sponsored by like Steel Series. And they took it, but I couldn't become a content creator because at the time I was a minor and I needed my parents' signature in order for me to receive like the merch and be sponsored. And when I told my parents about what I wanted to do, like become a content creator back then, they were like, "Oh, you're stupid. What are you doing?" And so I got chided the fuck out of. I was like bawling my eyes out. I was crying and everything. And so afterwards, I gave up on it for a little while. And then later on, when the pandemic hit, I was like, okay, I'm at home. What am I gonna do? I'll give content creation a shot because what else am I doing with my life? And I've never looked back since.
Hell yeah! Glad to hear it.
Yeah.
I mean, you've been doing a damn good job, so.
Thank you. I feel like sometimes it's like, I feel like I'm underwhelming. I'll go back and look at my VODs, and I'll cringe at myself because I don't know if it's just me or if anyone else feels this way. But you go back and look at your VODs and you hear yourself talk, and just a feeling of, damn, why do I sound like that? Why did I do that there? Like, you get self-conscious about it and you're screaming, and then afterwards everyone's like, oh, I think you sound fine, I think you're fine. And it's like, am I though?
I mean, a lot of
wrong.
The big thing is, like, I feel, this is my personal feeling, a lot of content creation is like in the moment and in a bubble, especially when you're streaming. So like it really matters the time. So like when you're going back to old VODs and stuff, of course a lot of the stuff is gonna feel weird because you're not sort of in that space anymore, where you know things were funny at that point, you know. Oh, like fucking leet speak, calling people noobs, like that stuff, like that's way old and like thinking like look. Oh my god, I watched.
Calling people noobs. Damn, I know how old you are now.
The voices.
That name, man. I haven't heard that word in ages.
Yeah, I went back and I watched an old like AMV compilation from like God, it has to have been like 17 years ago or something like that.
Oh
and
God, was it with the Nightcore music on and everything? It was tribute videos.
No, it was
I know exactly what you are.
Well, I was watching some of those the other night. I've been like cringe backtracking so I can look at the stuff, the really old stuff, and be like, damn, I really liked this back then. You just you get such a change of tastes like as you grow up and stuff. It's very strange.
Oh man, it's like you get a change in taste buds. You meet new people, you experience new things, and it's like, dang, I wasn't the same person I was years ago.
Yeah, fun trip down memory lane.
No, for real, the nostalgia hits.
Oh, no, go for it.
Oh no, I was gonna say like the nostalgia hits really hard. There's at times when you watch like old anime videos or like the AMVs, and you're like, dang, this was like 2009, 2008 prime YouTube.
Oh,
when there were no ads every 30 seconds.
What do you mean? There's no ads on YouTube. Smiles.
Oh, same here. YouTube?
Yeah.
Can't wait.
I have a good question for you. What is probably the most embarrassing moment that you've had on stream?
Embarrassing moment? I'm gonna be real. I feel like every moment on stream for me is embarrassing. I don't think there's ever been like a non-embarrassing moment. If I had to come up with like a most embarrassing moment, I can't really think of any that comes up to mind. Maybe one time when actually, yes, I do remember. I remember. Okay, so it wasn't my most embarrassing moment, but it was an embarrassing time in my life. So at the time, this is gonna sound really cringe to everybody listening right now. So, I E-dated a VTuber, basically. We weren't ever E-dated, but it was like E-situationship.
Oh.
And so, on stream, we were playing Apex Legends, and I would be slipping the most, like, sexual innuendos at this guy, and he'd be giving them back. I'd be doing, like, my old mommy voice with him. He'd be doing his, like, E-boy whispering voice, like, back, and this was live on stream. I think back to it now, and I'm like, God, that was horrible. And then like JD, he's also like, yeah, I don't know why y'all did that. That's just I'd never do that. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. I never want to do that again. So I completely got rid of the mommy redeem on my streams just because of the fact that I don't want to be associated with that kind of content anymore. It's like, I don't want people to be like, oh yeah, do the mommy voice. I miss it. And I'm like, nope. That's a chapter in my life I have closed. I don't, that's not me. That's not me anymore. I don't want to be any part of that. No more mommy voice. No more barking in my chats. None of that. Stop. Like, that's, man. But yeah, that was probably my most embarrassing moment. Or if not, an entire embarrassing stream. Thank God that VOD is wiped from history.
Oh man. Oh, you mean I can't go find it now? Damn.
Nope.
Hey,
delete.
Any chatters have clips? Anybody have clips for me?
No. I'd rather. If there is Scarlet the Giggle stream. Oh, wait. Okay, Choky in chat. So that was another one. So it was New Year's Eve. I think this was 2 years ago. And I was at a party, and I got really depressed at the party because there was no one I could really talk to. So I went to the counter, took like 7 shots of vodka, 4 shots of Jack Daniels.
Oh, brother.
Eddie at the time was like, where did she go? He looks over at like this house's kitchen like island, sees me just taking shots. He goes over and asks his friends like, how many did she take? And they were like, I don't know, she took like 7, a couple shots of Jack Daniels. He looks at me in the eyes, puts his hands on my shoulders, and is like, you're going home. And mind you, this was like a couple of minutes before midnight, so he drives me home at like 10 p.m. I get home, and my dumbass was like, let's boot up a stream.
Oh,
so I booted up stream. I don't know how I set up my VTuber model. I set up stream, made sure my audio quality was good, my VTuber model was on. I don't know how I did it. Muscle fucking memory at this point. I turned on stream, and I still have the VOD for that. But the entire stream, I was just like drunk talking, and at one point I was like banshee laughing. I go back and it's like, some of my chatters, they were telling me about how scary I sounded because I had never laughed that high pitched before. And I go back and I look and it's like, that's not me. That don't sound like me. that wasn't me. I don't know who that was, but that wasn't me. And so it got to the point where everyone in my stream was like, oh my god, Scarlett, please go to bed. I went out with my parents because it was like nearly the ball drop. So I celebrated on stream New Year's. I walked out to my parents. I took more shots from my parents. I came back in. I laughed some more, and I collapsed on my bed, and my brother had to come in and end my stream for me because I was passed out. It was the messiest stream ever, and I still have the VOD for it just to remember not to stream on like New Year's Eve when I'm like drunk.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was. What about you though? Have you ever had like a super embarrassing stream you've had that may or may not have involved alcohol?
Oh, that's involved alcohol? I can think of one in particular that I'm not too proud of. I was playing League, and we were just doing ARAMs, and I was drinking whenever I died. I got bad that night. I was drinking gin and lemonades, and I usually pour my drinks pretty heavy, so it was like pretty much 50-50 gin lemonade, and I think I dropped like 3 cups of those, mind you, like not small cups, like big glasses, and
oh my god.
By the end of that night, I like mid-game, I just like put my head on my desk, like in my arm, and was just like, oh god, oh. And so Kyrie, my significant other, she had to come upstairs and be like, are you okay? And I wasn't responsive. And so she helped me over to the bathroom. And
oh no, Misa.
Yeah, she closed up stream, and I spent most of my night on the toilet.
Okay, so like similar. Yeah, I can relate to being on the toilet. Like that, everyone goes through that phase at least once whenever they drink.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely
or
once.
Multiple times.
Yeah, definitely not multiple times.
Definitely once. I kind of want to get messed up because I'm going on vacation in like 3 days, and I'm gonna be real. I kind of want to be like on the toilet throwing up drunk. Like I don't often do it anymore because of like work and shit, but now it's like, dang, I don't know the next time this is gonna happen to me, so I'm gonna get messed up. I'm fixing to get messed up.
I respect that. I've definitely been there a couple times where I'm like, damn, I want to end up there tonight. Like, I want to.
Yeah.
But I want.
That's kind of my vibe.
Yeah, my big thing is I want to be there by the end of the night. What really sucks is when you accidentally drink too much too fast and you end your night early.
Well, if you're a lightweight like me, then maybe that happens early, because in my friend group, I'm the lightweight. I can't really handle my alcohol. I'm trying to build a tolerance so I can keep up, but god damn, it's hard when you're surrounded by alcoholics.
Yeah, when you're around people who drink a lot more than you, and you're trying to, like, you know, feel like you're keeping up with them, man, you just have to remind yourself that it's not a race. Which can be hard when you're in a university house and everybody is playing beer pong. But I never had that problem because I was really good at beer pong when I was in my university. I'm just saying.
I do better at beer pong when I'm drunk. I'm not good at aiming sober. I do better drunk.
I'm like that in like a lot of games that I play. Like a little tipsy or, you know, a bit drunk, I feel really confident in like what I'm doing. It helps me like focus a little bit. Mostly because I can only focus on one thing instead of, you know, ADHD looking at sort of everything like I usually do. But there's definitely a breaking point that you hit where after that you just start getting worse and worse.
You're like, oh, I can feel it. I can't do this anymore, chat.
Yeah,
I'm cooked. Oh, that's another cringe thing I say IRL.
You're cooked?
Yeah, I was like, I'm cooked, chat, and then I'll have like people who are
not
YouTubers look at me and they're like, "What the fuck is a chat?"
No, don't call.
Like, oh, shit.
Don't say chat to real people. No. Oh my god. Dude, at Offkai.
I nearly said that once in a Teams meeting.
In a Teams meeting? Wait, fuck what I was about to say. Yep. What?
Yo, you were about to say, actually?
No. You first.
Okay, so, recently started a corporate job, right? Most of my bosses and managers are super nice. They're great people. They're boomers, though, so, like, older people. And I happen to work with, like, a group of, like, Gen Zs. So most of the time, they get what references what I'm saying when I say stuff like, oh, slay queen, right? Like, they get that. In a Teams meeting with, like, in a Teams meeting once with, like, older personnel and stuff, I think the topic was like, oh yeah, we've been really good, we're so glad to have you on the team, like, everything's great, and I'm like, yeah, it's great here, and then I said slay in the chat, and then they're like, what does that mean? And I was like, fuck. And then I'm like, I was like, fuck, and then, internally I was like, I think I was like muttering to myself, I was like, oh god, I'm so cooked, I'm so cooked. I was like, then I was like, wait a minute, is my mic muted? Am I muted in chat? Because at one point, there were multiple times where I would like accidentally unmute myself. And then they'd be like, oh yeah, Scarlet, did you have something to say? And I'm like, no, I'm good. I got nothing to say. So yeah, tip for corporate guys, keep your mic muted, and if you're about to accidentally say shit like I do, just keep quiet. Don't be me. Don't be cringe.
I'm lucky because a lot of my usual like stream lingo or like chronically online lingo transfers over decently. It's a mixed bag to my job, because I work in video game QA. So
okay.
A lot of the other people that I'm testing with at least play stuff and participate in, the online space and aren't a billion-year-old, office people. There are a couple of those, but generally speaking, not all of them. So when I accidentally let loose, like a sleigh or just some other stuff, I'm cooked. Anything like that, it just immediately picks up and rolls. Like, everybody's chill with it. The thing that I am terminally scared about is anybody at my work finding out that I do content creation.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because
Oh my god.
I like to keep those separate as much as possible because
Yeah.
I have sort of like a work persona that, you know, like I'm nice, professional for the
too.
most part, fun, but professional. And here I talk about eating cock a little bit too much. A little bit too much to be comfortable with my coworkers
God.
seeing me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want my coworkers to ever see me stream either, because, man, someone asked me once, like, oh yeah, would you ever want your coworkers to find out that you stream? And I'm like, hell no. Hell to the fuck no. But I think it could be okay, but I don't want them to find out. So, super corporate job. Went out to a work dinner with a couple of, like, my female coworkers, like, my lady coworkers once, and one of them just suddenly, it was, I don't remember what the topic was, but streaming came up, and they're like, oh, you could always be a VTuber, and my eyes, I was like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, I had to be like, oh, what's a VTuber? And she was like explaining to me what a VTuber was, and I was like, yeah. She's like, yeah, I had an ex-friend who was a VTuber, but she was a snake. So I'm not going to show you her Twitch, but I'm going to show you this VTuber model. And so everyone looks over at the model and is like, oh, that's so cool. It's so pretty. What is it? And they're like, oh, it's like a puppeted model. Like, you get to have an avatar and everything. And I was like, yeah, that sounds great. I don't know what that is. And then I just kept on eating, minding my own business. I wasn't about to say shit about what I do outside of work, because I can't have them find out. Chat, y'all don't realize, I can't have them find out what kind of a person I am outside of work. They're not gonna like me. I already sound like myself in the office enough. Like, I get told sometimes that, oh yeah, you have a really firm handshake. Oh yeah, you sound a certain way. And I'm like, dude, I just talk like this.
That's just
But
me.
if you want me to sound like really feminine, or if you want me to sound like very proper, I can also do that. It's a more gender version of me. It's very, it's very like calming. Yeah, I can do the voice and everything, like courteous. That's just not me though. Holy shit, man. I could never. So, I'm kind of myself at work sometimes. Sometimes I'll pop up, surprise people, and be like, yo, you got the report yet? And they'll be like, oh my god. Because then they'll turn around and see this 5'2" woman, and they're like, why does that kind of voice come out of you? And I'm like, dude.
Yo, you done yet?
You think I know.
God.
I'm just. But yeah, I mean, maybe one day I kind of want to have a work environment like yours, where people kind of get what I'm saying. Like nowadays, you can't be too careful around people.
Yeah. Gotta try and keep those separate as much as possible.
I mean, it's smart to keep work. Yep. It's best to keep work and private life separated.
Yeah. My big worry is like, because I there are some younger employees working with me on the contract that I'm on, and I know at least one of them has mentioned that they also try to do like content creation stuff, and I actually looked them up. Because I do that internet stalking. Whenever I'm looking at people, I investigate. And so I looked them up and I was like, okay, whatever. I am staying away from them. Because
one of those. Okay.
My worry is that one of them, like somebody, finds out about my stream, comes to my stream, hears some of the shit that I'm saying, and then in a group, like in a group setting at work, is like, oh yeah, on stream the other day you said blank, and I was, that's the nightmare scenario.
No, that's
Mhm.
I would. At that point, I'd be like, ah, sorry. Here's my resignation letter. I can't do this anymore. I can't have them. No. But yeah, that's separate work from life, guys. That's my thing.
Oh,
Away.
God.
But yeah, that's advice for the night.
Before we get onto, we do have some viewer questions that were submitted
Okay.
ahead of time.
Oh.
But I do have one more question for you, and
All right.
I wanna hear you vent a little. What ticks you off
Oh.
about the VTuber community?
Oh shit. Oh god. What ticks? Oh god, I even hit my microphone for that. Jesus, where do I start?
Where do you start?
Fake fucking positivity. That tickles my pickle a little bit. Let me get into it. So, I get it that the VTuber community, like content creation in general, is supposed to be a way for people to escape from the real world. Like, I have real life shit and worries I have now. I don't want to focus on it, so I turn to content creation to get away from it, right? At some point, especially on Twitter, things start to get, like, it sounds fake to me.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, oh yeah, I'm so happy for you, like, you're doing the best. It's like this idol culture, like, I get it, you want to be an idol VTuber, you want to be a corporate VTuber, so you're chasing after your dreams, but you gotta act a certain way, so the corporations will like you get people on stream to follow you because of that personality. I get it. But whenever I see that, to me, and then people are asking for collabs and shit, it just sounds so disingenuous to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as a person. It doesn't sound genuine. People that tick me off the most in the VTuber community are the people who are so positive on their, like, social medias and shit, and then the Google Docs get released on them.
Oh,
and it's
man.
like this 20-page like expose doc about all the shit they did in Discord and the shit they're like writing about.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh my fucking god, what is this shit? And then they just start shit and drama. That's probably another thing that I hate about it. It's just everyone starts a drama with each other just to drag each other down. You're airing out your dirty ass laundry
In an open space.
Millions of people in an open space, and for what? Like, half these docs that I read nowadays are like, this shit could have been resolved in DMs.
Yeah.
Why did you need to do this? Is it for attention? Is it virtue signaling? Like, what is going on here? And then you got all these other people, all these other VTubers who are dogpiling on them so they can look virtuous, so they can look better for their audience. Who are you proving yourself to, though? Like, what?
What is this for? What's the end goal? Yeah.
Yeah. What are you looking for? Like, are you that bored with your life? Go get another hobby. You could be streaming right now. Go be making some content. Make some funny shits. Why are you talking about this shit right here? And so every time I see like a Google Doc exposing someone nowadays, I'm just like, too long, didn't read. I'm staying the fuck away from that. I'm at a point in my life where I'm too busy to really be focusing on whatever goes on online. Congratulations to you, or I'm sorry that happened. I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna do my own thing. So that's another thing that I really don't like.
Oh my god.
Yeah, drama VTubers is another thing, because, like, dude, you're reporting on such a niche community and you're talking shit for, like, views and content, and you're kind of dragging down other creators for that. What the fuck, dude?
Over like the tiniest of things
like.
too.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's just no. I couldn't personally. I nearly did that once actually, but in the end I was like, you know what? It's better if I resolve this in DMs. I was a youngin' at the time. It's better if I resolve this shit privately instead of publicly, because this does nothing for either party if I expose it publicly. And so whenever I see other people expose each other like publicly just to make them look bad, to me that's like, okay, dude, grow the fuck up.
Yeah.
You're adults. Like, you have minors do not interact in your profile picture, but you're acting like a kid. Like, what does that? What is going on there?
Oh my god, you're
Like,
so
goddamn,
fucking real
bro.
for that. Holy shit. Oh my
Like,
god.
come on, dude. How am I supposed to respect you like an adult when you don't even act like one? I can't do that. So that's my thing. But, yeah, that.
You
I
took
can go on a rant all day about it.
you took a bite out of like my big pet peeve, which is a lot of that. So the fake positivity, and what I like to do is whenever I see somebody like being questionably positive, which is like I see a couple tweets from them and all of them are like, "Ha, like let's do better." I go to their page and I start scrolling down their page, and I'm like, something's wrong here. Something isn't right.
Like, you can tell too, like the way they tweet and everything. Like, I don't mean to be a hater, because like maybe you are genuinely all happy, sunshine, rainbows, and everything, and you don't want people to know what's going on in your private life. I get that, but at some point, it's gonna start sounding like it is what it is.
Yeah.
Or oh my gosh, guys, I love you so much. Like, I can't think of like a day where I can't like express my love to you, chat. And at that point, I'm kind of like, okay,
Oh
calm down.
god. Parasocial. Log off.
Just, like, I'm all for it. Or you know what really makes me mad? This makes me extremely angry. People who host emergency donathons give out lists that they're in an emergency, that they're like low on money, but then turn around and buy like new skeb pieces and post new skeb pieces using the money from their donathons. After telling their chat and guilt tripping them and just saying that they're becoming homeless. That's why I'm so hesitant to do like donathons or subathons anymore, because to me it feels like I'm taking advantage of my chat. You know?
Yeah,
when I personally started seeing that, I was like, that's some aberrant shit, because you're first of all taking advantage of people that don't want to be taken advantage of. You're taking advantage of their goodwill, basically.
Yeah.
And that, I'm sorry, that's a line that crosses me. That I'm like, dude, morality aside, you're just a shit person if you do that.
Yeah. I think it's very important that whenever you're doing like a subathon or something like that, oh my gosh, Nuck, thank you for the 5 gifted. I appreciate it.
5 subs.
I think it's... Oh my gosh. I should have turned off my notifications. I think it's really important when you're doing like an emergency subathon or like just any subathon, stuff like that, to be very clear about where the money from it is going. Like, if you have plans to like get a new model, like mention like that's where a lot of the money is going towards, or like new overlay, or you know, so on and so forth. Like, set a goal that you're trying to reach and base everything off of that. Like, and then post proof that you actually did it, because that's the thing that kills me. Is like you said, like the emergency donathons, and you see them buy like 5 skebs afterwards, and it's like, well, where did that money go that I just sent you? Where did all that money that you had go? Like,
Yep, and like, man, that's why whenever I like get donated shit, like donated money, I'm like posting shit on Twitter, like, hey, your money's going here. This is the update. This is what's happening. So,
I think
I'm grateful whenever someone does come in and donate. Like, that's good. Your good hard-earned money, and I'm honored that you decided like my shitty ass content is worth investing into.
Your content is good, I swear.
I appreciate it nonetheless. I'm investing it back into my stream, I swear. But yeah, like most of the money that I've received, like I invest it back into stream. That's just what they do.
I have a day job for paying for my bills and stuff. Stream stuff goes right back into stream stuff.
Yep, exactly. And guys, it's like it's a hobby thing I really like doing, and I enjoy it a lot.
Mhm.
Well, it's a bit more than a hobby. It's a very expensive fucking hobby.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's a fun one.
This shit ain't cheap, man.
I think
None of this is cheap.
I think my one big thing is my biggest pet peeve is the the engagement bait posts that are like, everybody, like, let's meet new VTubers, like, everybody post your stuff down below. Stuff like that. It kills me.
I can't even talk shit about that, cause I did that at one point.
Ah!
In my career.
Me when I fucking get
did
you.
that at one point. I'm sorry, but yeah, I think I posted a thing where it's like, oh yeah, I want more friends, and that's because like another VTuber told me about it. They're like, yeah, I want more friends, post that using the screenshot doing this, and I was like, okay, let's try it and see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
The post blew up, I got a shit ton of followers after that, and I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck do I do with this? And then after that, it was like, I felt really disingenuous about it, and I was like, okay. I'll post it every once in a while nowadays. Just like, oh, I want to see more white-haired VTubers, but that's because I genuinely want to see more white-haired VTubers because of all of the shit Elon Musk puts on my goddamn X4U page. Get that shit off. I don't care about whatever ads you're putting on there. I want to see VTubers.
I want to see VTubers now.
I want to see them now. Give them to me. So maybe in that case, engagement bait is okay, just because of the sheer amount of bullshit on Twitter right now. Like, I feel sorry for people's For You pages. Some of y'all have, like, the porn bots and everything on Twitter. It's out of control.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry. Like,
it's like,
I'm seeing that shit right now, and I'm like, you know what?
It's crazy.
I'd rather have engagement bait.
Like almost every Yuchi tweet that I've clicked on and like gone to the replies, there's just been like a whole ass vagina in my face. And I'm like,
oh god, yeah.
Ah, why?
And it's like, dude, I don't need to see this shit, man. Like, what? Like, some of them be looking hella suspicious too, and I'm like, dang, I don't know about that one,
why is
bro.
this AI generated pussy on my screen? Get it out!
The AI generated part is so real though, because it's like, you can tell if it's an AI generated woman, and all the comments are like all these boomer men who are like, they can't tell it's AI generated, so it's like, oh man, hot mama, I want you, and I'm like, damn, you want a PNG? Let me tell you about VTubing. Come to the VTuber side, bro. I'll give you a real voice with a PNG. I'll do you one better.
Oh my
God
goodness
damn,
gracious.
but yeah, that's another thing. My bad, I did engagement bait in the past, so I can't really talk shit. I get it, people want followers. I too like the attention, but nowadays it's kind of like, I kind of want to just do my own thing. If you appreciate my content, like my content, that's fine. We chillin'. And if you're in my Discord, we chillin'. Just follow the rules. That's all it takes for me to have a happy life, man.
Oh. Goodness gracious. I think we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll get into viewer questions.
Yep.
I want to pour myself another drink because I have finished my AMF, and I want another one.
Yeah, let's go!
I tied my cherry and everything. The cherry stem.
Oh man. Can you like tie the cherry stem with your tongue?
Yeah.
Oh,
I did it while you were talking.
How do y'all do that? That's a party trick I can never like figure out how to do. I'm like, what the fuck?
My dad.
People are like, dang, I know how you're like in bed now, and I'm like, what the fuck does that mean?
I mean,
what does that mean, chat?
The old myth around it was supposed to be like, you know, if you're good at tying a cherry, like if you can tie a cherry stem with your tongue, then you're supposed to be really good at kissing. My dad taught me how to do it as like a party trick when I was like 6. And it has just stuck with me since.
Oh my god. Dang, I'm not good at kissing, unfortunately.
Yeah. Scarlet, you don't have to
I'm-
admit that on stream. Scarlet, no.
I'm hopeless shit.
All
Yeah,
right.
I don't know if like an I can fix her thing works. I've gotten. I don't. You can't fix incel, man. I don't know.
No, Scarlet, no. Before she embarrasses herself too much more, we're going to go on a quick break. I'm going to mix myself another drink, and we'll be back in like 5 to 10 ish, probably.
5 minutes. I can do 5 minutes. Yeah.
Cool. Alrighty, thank y'all for being here, and I will see y'all shortly.
Yeah. Mic muted. Motherfucker muted.
God. Holy shit, chat. Oh, is this real?
Oh.
Everything's starting to get a little crunchy. I'm not quite sure why.
Well,
Hopefully I don't have to like restart the world or anything. Although I might have to. There might be a small memory leak issue or something.
oh dear.
But we keep going as if there wasn't one for now.
We back.
Hello everybody, and welcome back from the break. We are going to move on to guest or viewer questions. We have 8 here. Oh my god.
Good.
I have to...
Wow, more than I expected.
I have my cursor turned off for this. Dude, oh man. Oh, it was so easy to control all this while I was sober. Holy shit.
Oh no.
Okay. There we go. We have 8 whole questions to run through, and we can go at them at, you know, whatever pace. There is no rush. But the first one is from anonymous FGC Girlfail.
Okay.
And their question was, if you have, what was the first console or game you ever modded?
Modded?
Modded.
Super Mario 64 on the Nintendo DS.
Oh?
I got the original Nintendo DS with the original Mario 64. I remember I was extremely frustrated at losing against Bowser. So at one point, I think I found an online guide on how to add cheats to my Nintendo. So I added cheats into my Nintendo, modded the shit out of 64, and then I started playing. But keep in mind, this was like way back when Nintendo would give you, I think even now they still have like the 1 SD card per game and you have to buy every game. So my dad basically was a serial pirater. So he gave me this SD card of Nintendo games, and there were like 180 Nintendo games in there that he had somehow found on the internet and downloaded. And so it was like, I had Super Mario 64, I had Sonic Adventure 1, Sonic Adventure 2, Professor Layton the Curious Village, like the original Nintendo, like Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. I had Nano Wars, Cooking Mama, a Barbie game, a Bratz game on there. It was... And like the first ever modded game that I had was Super Mario 64, and I just toggled invincibility, and I just went with it. But the game that I played the most was actually Mega Man ZX Advent. I modded the shit out of that game. It was like this Mega Man game. You were able to transform into like the Mega Mans you defeated, like as bosses. And so I made it to where I was invincible and I would just cheese all the bosses. It was so much fun, but it took like the learning element of the game out for me. And then eventually I got bored with it and I was like, eek. I still have the Nintendo, by the way, so like in case my internet goes out, I'm like, shit, I want to play my Nintendo DS. But it's not so prevalent now, you know? Because like now I can just go online, watch people shitpost, be dramatic and stuff. But if I ever want to get away from like brain rot, I'll just call up my Nintendo. God.
See, but now you gotta get the run back for stream content. You gotta play through that game without the cheats.
Without the cheats, yeah. I don't know how you can like stream a Nintendo DS though. I have the original Nintendo, not the 3DS.
I mean, there is this
I don't know if there's a way to stream
wonderful thing called a Microsoft
emulators.
3D Miles. Yeah.
Yeah, I could use an emulator for it, but I don't feel like an emulator would feel the same than like me playing on the actual DS. But we'll see. I feel like I could pull off an emulator though. It's just
probably
different.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably different. But I do want to do like a run back of ZX Advent without the cheats and see how hard it is.
I think if you can play Elden Ring the way that you've been playing Elden Ring, I think you could beat Mega Man.
Okay, yeah. It's the original Mega Man, like, it's not that hard. I think my main thing that I lack is patience, because I don't think there's, like, iframes in fucking Mega Man than it is in Elden Ring. I don't even know what an iframe was until I looked it up, like, how to parry, and people are like, you have 13 frames to parry this, and I'm like, 13 frames?
What does that mean? Speak my language, nerd!
What do the numbers mean? What are the impact frames? Iframes? Parry frames? What does it mean? What do the numbers mean? Speak! So it's like, it's so, I don't know. Gaming's gotten so complicated from like when I originally started. 'Cause my very first gaming console was like a Pac-Man console. It was like a joystick and a button.
Gaming has gotten so complicated since I last played. Back when I played video games, I played Tetris for the cabinet.
No. But yeah, that was my very first console. It was like this old ass TV and a Pac-Man, and you have to plug in like the 3 like red, white, and yellow cables into the TV for it to work. I think I'm really exposing my age here with that. Like, you have to plug in those 3 plugs onto the TV to make sure that the thing booted up. You move the sources over. Then from there, you had a joystick and a red button to control and play Pac-Man from. Or you can play like the weird shooting games where you had to dodge like the bullets and then you gotta shoot down all the enemy spaceships. God, those were the days.
The 22-year-old complaining about the changing times.
I played like old-fashioned games as a kid, but it's so unfortunate because I never got to play like Call of Duty. I feel like my vocabulary would be more colorful if I played Call of Duty back then.
Yeah, colorful is a word for it.
Yeah, I'm being nice about it. I feel like I would be a lot more. I mean, I made it up with like Valorant and League of Legends, but I don't feel like it's as bad as whatever the Call of Duty like Modern Warfare lobbies were back then.
Yeah, when's the Scarlet Lillian Bridge moment?
I think I already had one of those.
Oh no! No! Scarlet, no! Come on!
I'm kidding. I've never said it before on stream.
Hey, I noticed you put a little, a little parenthesis there.
I don't say it.
We're gonna move past that. And we're going to look at the next question, submitted by colon parentheses, also known as, a smiley face. My brain has associated you with Crony for a long time, so I'm curious who your favorite VTuber to watch is, friend or otherwise.
Dang. I'm gonna say my favorite VTuber of all time. I have heard the Crony thing before. I don't feel like I have her cadence or anything, but it's a compliment, thank you. My VTubers that I've watched commonly back then was Suisei. I watched a lot of Suisei content. I didn't understand what the fuck she was saying on stream, but I watched a lot of Suisei. And then EN YouTubers. Let's see. I mean, I watched Yuchi a lot.
Makes sense. You know, makes sense to be watching your wife.
Yeah, it makes sense. I watched a lot of... Yeah, and then... Man, anyone else that I really watched back then?
I mean, it could be now,
Callie.
too.
Yeah, I watched a lot of Callie back then. Nowadays, I mean, whoever's on my Twitch page at the time, I find myself commonly... I'll raid into, like, my friends. If I'm bored, I'll watch, like, Amelie, for example. Like, she has a really nice time streaming. Like, yeah, I used to watch a lot of her covers as a kid. And then now she's streaming, and I'm like, dang. She's actually kind of scuffed like me.
Yeah, Monarch is so funny. Oh my god.
She's the best.
She's also old.
But yeah, who knows? She's very old. She's very old. Also, disclaimer for the last one. I think I put it in chat already. So, disclaimer: no slurs. Let me say this right now to make it clear for chat. I'm clearing my name up right now. I don't say slurs. They're mean.
Don't say slurs, chat.
I realized what I said because chat started roasting me and I was like, wait a minute. Let me clarify. I apologize if that came out wrong. I meant I don't say it at all.
No actual Scarlet Lillian bridge moment.
No actual, like, you will go back in my VOD, like, I have a clean record. None of that.
Hey, anybody find clips of that,
on stream for some reason.
Anybody find clips of that e-dating stream yet? Just wondering, just curious.
No, none of that. None of that. I don't want y'all seeing me meow on, like, live on stream. That shit was embarrassing.
Cool.
I think that's the closest to a slur I've gotten, like meowing live on stream. Never again.
Oh,
that
goodness.
was embarrassing. Discord kitten, never. But yeah, I've watched a lot of Suisei in the past. I don't know where I get the crony thing from. It was probably like the way I talked then, my cadence. That sounded like it. Like I talk a lot slower and like this, and I have the awkward pauses in my speech the same way Crony does when she initially started streaming, but after that I think our personalities and like the way we talk just became very distinct after. But yeah.
Yeah, I would agree.
So that's how it goes.
Alright, we'll move on to the next question.
I'm getting too drunk. I'm getting too wasted for this. I might say something that I don't mean to say. I think the clarification was needed. Thank you, guys. God. I need to start drinking water.
It's okay, that's how...
Valorant access? Ban whoever said that.
It's kinda real, though. You do still definitely... You do still definitely have that Valorant access. Or accent.
I have a Valorant accent.
Yeah.
It's so fucking over, chat. It's so over.
We're gonna go to the next question to save you a little bit of pride.
Okay.
What time is the best time for you to write, create, record, or make art? When do you feel the most creative?
3 a.m. Depressed. Not drinking. I have an immediate answer for that. Always nighttime.
I feel that. I don't know why. It's always when like 2 or 3 a.m. hits that I'm like, God, I could write up some stuff right now. Like I could make some plans right now.
Yeah, that's just like the way I work personally, because like my creativity comes when I'm bored. Like when I'm bored out of my mind, when I'm not watching Brain Rot, like I'm just like I need to do something, so I just start drawing or doodling or doing whatever.
Mhm.
That's when I come up with like the creative stuff. But peak times back then, I would start stream at like 9 p.m. and then I'd marathon until 6 a.m. So I wouldn't sleep until 6 a.m. when I was finished drawing a piece, and I was like laser zoned in and focused on it. So that's my peak performance time. Yeah, I can't do it in the morning, because in the morning I wake up and it's like, work, school, But then like at nighttime it's like, real shit, let's go.
Yeah. Nothing else on the
Editing at
mind.
nighttime.
Nothing else to think about.
Yep.
Just creative stuff.
Just creative stuff, yeah. Like no worries, just it was always like during like the winter and summer breaks as well is when I would start like getting real creative.
Mm.
Yeah, those were the days. And then now you just grow up and it's like I still have some of it inside of me, but now it's like it's not as I can tell I've definitely mellowed out from when I was younger, because like nowadays I can't stay up until 6 a.m. anymore. I don't know why. I just be going to sleep at 3 a.m. That's my max.
Oh yeah, that's so much earlier.
I can't sleep at 8 p.m. I have some colleagues, I know people who sleep at 8 p.m. They hit the bed, they're asleep at 8 p.m. I'm like, I don't know how you do that.
Yeah, I also don't really understand. Like, I don't start getting tired until about midnight most of the time. And then
Yeah,
it
same
depends
here.
from there.
Yep. People who sleep at 8 p.m. scare me. Yeah, that's another thing.
Oh my god, Kyrie scares.
That's
Kyrie scares you? It's crazy.
it's like a fearsome power, because then they'll wake up at like 5 a.m., 6 a.m. to do shit and be productive in the morning, and I'm like, how?
Yeah, my
How?
Kyrie goes to bed, or while she was working warehouse, she would go to bed at like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock ish, and then wake up at like 5 a.m. 4 or 5 a.m.
Oh my god.
And some nights I'll be
Jesus.
sitting there at like 3, and I'll be thinking, because I work weekends, and she was working
Mhm.
weeks. And so I'm sitting there thinking, do I want to go to bed right now and risk waking her up before like her alarm goes off and stuff? Or do I just stay up for a little bit longer? So I
Wait till she gets up and then I go to bed.
yeah.
Man, but that
A dance of night and day. Ugh.
for real. It's like that one meme where it's like the sibling that goes to, or like the wife that goes to bed at 6 a.m. versus the wife waking up at 6 a.m. And they just meet outside in the hallway and they're like, and then they go their separate ways. People who gym early in the morning scare me. 4 or 5 a.m. people who gym at 4 or 5 a.m. I don't know who you are. I don't know what your story is. I'm not gonna fuck with you. I'm sorry for breathing in your presence.
There was
That's terrifying.
a brief period of time where I was that person while I was at uni.
Oh god.
I had a weight training class for the first like half of the semester.
Mhm.
And that was at like 8 a.m. so it wasn't too crazy. But then I started to get really like restless at night, and so I would already be waking up at like 5 or 6 a.m. and I'm like, fuck it, let's just go to the gym, let's keep up this habit. And for like another like full semester ish, I would just get up, go to the gym at like 6 a.m. And start my day that way.
That's another thing. It boggles my mind because like when I wake up in the morning, I'm groggy, I'm tired, I don't talk to me unless I've had my coffee. Given that I found out recently that pre-workout is basically caffeine on crack, I think that's what it is. That's why you get so energized in the morning, but then like the crash after is probably horrible though. what I can think of.
It depends, really.
What, is a crash bad?
Not really, because a lot of the stuff is like, a lot of the endorphins and stuff are like natural, and your body's used to it anyways. So it's not usually that bad. Like the worst I got was having to take like a quick 30-minute nap at like 2 p.m. ish some days. But like,
okay.
Other than that, yeah, because I've never been a big caffeine head.
Yeah.
I usually try to stay away from it. So that was always my like way to wake myself up and like get air flowing on my face and get my body awake. And then it would just sort of stay like that throughout the day, and it felt kind of nice.
Oh, okay. I think I can kind of see that. I usually gym like in the late evenings. And then I come home and then I like lay on the ground and I try to sleep and I can't sleep because it's the cold hard ground. And I get up and I shower and then I go back to bed.
Why are you sleeping on the floor?
Because I don't want to dirty my bed. I'm in like my fucking gym wear. I'm not getting my sweaty ass in my bed. My bed's immaculate. It needs to stay immaculate.
It needs to stay the perfect place.
It needs to stay clean. Like, I only want my clean self on there, none of that dirty outside stuff on it. Like, that's just gross. It's like when people ask me, are you a night shower or are you a morning shower? Night shower. Are you insane? You want to bring your dirty ass shit, like, your dirty ass self from the daytime and everything that sticks on you during the day to bed? No, man. I can't do that.
Yeah, I have a really hard time showering at night because I have like long curly hair. And it's really dense. Okay. So if I shower before bed, I have to like take a ton of time to like air dry my hair and like make sure everything is perfectly dry, or else when I wake up, it'll be nasty.
Oh, you know what? That's valid. That's valid. I get that. Oh man.
I just don't shower. Nasty! Ew! Gross! 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 Get him!
Incel spotted. Get out. Ow. I don't care if you're pheromone maxing. Out.
Pheromone maxing? What the fuck do you mean pheromone maxing? What the fuck is that? What do you mean?
Oh my god. This is where my Gen Z comes in. So let me explain pheromone maxing. Basically,
I don't know if I wanted this conversation.
This year. It's when you don't shower, so your sweat and pheromones build up and you start attracting the ladies. It's like the alpha omega wolf shit. So your pheromones get stronger, because when you shower, you get rid of all that sweat and pheromone off of you. But if you want to really prove you're the alpha male, you have to not shower and pheromone max. Therefore, you can attract all the bitches with your sweet scent that you give off. They may not know it, but they'll be attracted to you.
Oh, that was a terrible paragraph to sit through. Anyways, we're gonna move on to the next question. What are your thoughts on Miles Edgeworth, Ace Attorney? Do you know who that is, first of all?
I do not know who that is.
Have you seen any Ace Attorney characters?
Yes, the guy in the blue suit.
Yeah, there's the guy in the blue suit, and then there's the guy in the like purplish suit with like the like slicked back grayish hair.
Yeah.
It's the guy with the slicked back grayish hair and like the purplish maroon shirt. How do you feel about him?
Maroon shirt. I think he a bitch.
Damn! Real!
That's all I can say. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna be like, yeah, I think he a bitch. I don't play enough Ace Attorney to really know the references. Yeah, I mean, all I know is like the objection meme, and that's about it. That's all I know. Objection. Yeah, Yeah, I'm not too cultured when it comes to that, but I do know like the guy in the red suit is always the guy that loses after yapping.
It's okay.
The guy in the blue suit would be like, objection.
That's pretty much everything you need to know about Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. So I think you pretty much got it. Yeah.
Okay, so I know context clues. I can do context clues. I've seen it in the meme enough to know what's going on, kind of. It's just like, if you ask me what their personalities are, I can't tell you, because, again, it's also another story game. I'm the kind of person to skip dialogue.
Yeah, and it is kind of all dialogue, so...
Oh, shit, yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah, you're cooked. You're super cooked.
I'd be cooked playing that game. I'd be like, what'd that guy say earlier? Oh, you said that? Okay, sure, whatever.
We're gonna hit the next one. What is your favorite Tetris opener?
You think I'm smart enough to play Tetris? That's a compliment. You think I'm smart enough to play Tetris? My God, that's a privilege, actually. I'm honored that you think I'm intelligent enough to come up with Tetris opening. I don't play Tetris. All I know what Tetris is you stack blocks. Every time you get like a horizontal like line, it eliminates it. That's about it. You're trying to... It's like Jenga, but 2D. That's about all I know about Tetris.
Okay.
I don't know any openers.
I mean,
The
certainly.
only opener is me closing the game.
Oh. The
That's
only
my
way
opener, I close the game.
The only way to win is to stop playing. I see. What a brilliant opener.
Yeah, no one loses if you just don't play. So, am I right or am I right? God.
You're right. You're right for sure.
Surely she's a fan of mountainous stacking. What does that mean, chat?
Oh.
What, we stacking mountains now? Like, what was going on?
I'll keep the demons inside.
I know you're probably dying on the inside because I know you play Tetris.
I've been keeping it in.
You're probably dying on the...
Hey, I didn't submit any of these questions. These are all from other people, so no sweat off my back. All right. What is something streaming VTubing related that you want to accomplish by the end of the year?
Oh, okay. End of the year, huh? Maybe hit like 1,000 followers on YouTube. Because I do have some YouTube content out. That's probably a goal by the end of the year. Hit 1K, if not 500 followers.
Okay,
like,
hold on just a second. Sorry. Nuck is trolling right now. Hold on.
Oh.
Okay. Now you may continue. Sorry, I left my text-to-speech on, so he was TTS posting.
No, I see the chat now. It's like, oh.
Okay, sorry.
That's a line of text that I don't understand.
What you were saying?
I mean, basically, like, maybe 500 followers on the YouTube. I do have some content out. I know I haven't posted like videos in a while, but I do have a few shorts out. I've done song covers. So
Ooh.
500 on YouTube is a goal for me. Yeah.
Huge.
That's about it. I don't really have big expectations, to be honest, because it's like I'd rather be pleasantly surprised than like set these expectations and be disappointed by them. I'm just kind of vibing right now.
Rather than maybe like a number goal or something like that, is there anything you want to make content-wise by the end of the year? Like anything you have your sights set on?
Content. making content-wise, being more funny. Just being more funny, being less cringe, I'm being real. Most of my VODs, when I go through them, it's like, oh, this isn't really funny, this is more cringe. Like, I need more genuinely funny moments, and one thing that I really lack is comedic timing. Comedic timing and, like, the wit to have, like, a funny joke and bounce off of other people. Especially in collabs. I find that I really suck at collabs because I lack the timing, and also I lack the general, like, what's the vibe here? I have a hard time reading the room sometimes, especially with certain people that I collab with. That's why I generally avoid collabs with others unless I really know them, just for the fact of, like, I don't know if I'm confident enough to bounce off of you well, because then sometimes I'll either be like, I'm yapping a storm and it's getting annoying, or I just sit there quietly and people are like, what? I didn't even notice you were there.
I mean, you're doing a pretty good job here.
So that's... Oh yeah, I feel like with talk shows where I can yap, like, back and forth, like having a dialogue is a lot better than, like, gaming. Because gaming, you're not only just focusing on the game, you're also focusing on the dialogue with people you have around you. So, mad respects for people who can both dialogue and game at the same time. Because that's something that I'm still trying to do. And that's, like, a personal goal I'm trying to get. Get my funny up, not my money up. In streaming. But in real life, it's the other way around. Get my money up, not my funny up. That's my life morals.
So, are you looking to plan any?
Now you're cringing. Yeah.
Are you?
I was reading chat right now.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. Are you looking to do sort of like more collabs to practice then by like the end of the year?
I am. It's just that I'm really shy when asking for collabs. Cause it's like most VTubers, you know that whole VTuber meme where it's like, oh, you ask for a collab, you sound kind of desperate. That's what I feel like. Cause like when I ask for a collab, it's like, oh yeah, what do you want to play? And it's like a random game, and they're like, oh, she probably just wants views off of me. It's like if I'm asking like a bigger VTuber, or if it's like a smaller VTuber that's asking me, or if it's like a random stranger I don't know. Then I don't want to come off as desperate to them. But like collabing with close friends, you asked me and I was like, shit, I'm down. I love being on your streams. I love your stream personality. Like, I know you. But with like strangers, I'm a bit more hesitant to do that. But I kind of do want to organize more collabs. See where that goes. Gaming collabs, getting people to know each other. That's probably my content goal for the end of the year.
Hell yeah. I definitely feel you there. Like, I've had a problem reaching outside my like usual bubble, because I have like my smaller bubble where I always have people to play stuff with, because I have built my circle of Kyodai, which are like 40 people that I can just like throw messages at any time and be like, hey, do you want to play something? And then I can abduct them for gaming. And then there's the circle outside of that's like close other content creators and stuff like that, people who are fun to talk to and hang out for like collabs and stuff. And then outside of that, I have a really hard time bringing myself forward to ask other people, because like you said, it's really hard to tell like who's trying to be genuine, who I know like I'll get along with. And so I always just like fall back to one of those previous two categories, either people I already know who are content creators or my like closer friends. So I definitely feel you there.
I mean, it just happens because, you know, most VTubers now, like, VTubing back then wasn't the same as VTubing now, because back then you could just ask for a collab and most people would be, like, really chill about it. But now, like, just trying to collab with people, it's, like, hurdles and hurdles of stuff. And, like, I'm guilty of it, too. Like, I'll see a VTuber ask me, like, hey, do you want to do a collab? And I'll think about it, and I'm like, why do you want to collab with me? What's your motive and everything? Like, a complete stranger asking me. Like, not even a hi, hello, getting to know you kind of thing. It's just like, hey, do you want to collab? And it's like...
Yeah, it's like straight to business. Which, it feels weird. Because I know, like, when I first started getting to know, like, the Leah siblings and you and, like, other closer content creators that I'm around now, it was really different, where it started out more with just, like, a conversation, and finding like similar interests and stuff, and then moving on to like, hey, do you want to collab? Do you want to do something? Because like just going in raw to a collab with somebody is kind of scary, because you never know what, like, you don't know what they're gonna say, you don't know what they're going to do, and you don't know if you can like bounce off them.
You don't know their content.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So as I mentioned before with like the internet stalking thing, if anybody asks me for for like a collab or anything like that, I'll go to their Twitch, I'll go to their YouTube, I'll watch a couple of their videos, I'll do some research, I'll be like, maybe not. Like,
yeah. Like, you gotta have to vet their content out real quick and be like, okay, what kind of person are you on stream? Like, are you like this or are you like this? So
yeah, like
I get it.
If
I
that's
need to start doing that.
Yeah, if that's all they're giving me, like if they're immediately going to like straight to a collab and stuff, if that's all they're giving me, then I have to do the research myself, and then I'm going to come to my own conclusions, and that's going to be my first impression of them. Where I'd much rather somebody come up to me, like, you know, talk to me, or I feel the same way about me going and talking to other people that I don't know. It's like first impressions are kind of everything, because if it breaks down after a first impression, then why would they want to collab with me? Why would I want to collab with them when I can just fall back on other people? Like, I have plenty of people I could do stuff with.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right. And that's the thing about VTubing. There's like not really a lack of who you can collab with. It's just how much are you willing to risk when you step out of like your normal circle of friends that you hang out. So I get the networking thing. Like, unfortunately, the reality with VTubing is that at times it's really more of who you know than what you know. As it is with life, and it sucks, but at the same time, those of us who are like just chilling, it's like we'll let our content speak for ourselves, and we'll collab with who we like to collab with.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm at right now.
I'm kind of in the same boat. Yeah, I definitely understand what you're saying there. Because I think the big thing is when I'm reaching out to other people, I really want to try to make sure that I'm like being genuine and not, because like the networking is important, but I want the networking to be second to me actually getting to know people, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I get that, because you want to get to know the person of who they are first. Then you can be like, okay, I'll let them into my circle.
Yeah.
Like, you have like a bunch of mutuals, but like you got a close group of friends, and I think that's, I feel like nowadays it's like, oh, like VTubers are so cliquey, like it's like high school, but like at the same time, a clique is just a group of people who like, they know each other, they talk to each other, it's just friend groups, and it's just, it's high school all over again, but you got a group of people that you fuck with, and a group of people that you don't fuck with. It's just what it is.
Yeah, it's just kind of how people work, because like, we're not meant to know, like, the internet is a very strange and like new thing. Well, we're not supposed to know like 10,000 people. Like, that's an absurd amount of people.
Oh yeah.
Like, imagine walking into like a football stadium and being able to point at like every single person and being like, oh, I know you, oh, I know you, oh, I know you. Like, that's just not realistic.
Yeah. Yep. And people who are able to memorize names like that, insane. That's... do I even remember like half the people I collab with other than the people that I collab with all the time? Nope, not really. I'm gonna be real. Like, I've had a handful of people I've collabed with before, and they're all super nice. It's just sometimes like you gotta get the vibe and you're like, this ain't my group. Nope. I enjoy meeting you. You were great. Let's go our separate ways.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just how it be. But yeah, goals wise, definitely try to get more collabs. I've been saying that, but also not really been doing it because people are scary.
It's okay. I'll abduct you into some stuff. I'll invite you. Yeah, I got you.
Let's go. We with me, son. This chat.
Cool. Let's move on to a new thing. What would you say your top 5 favorite musicians are.
Oh, I have trauma from this because JD says my music taste is trash.
It's okay. It's okay. Anything. I love all walks, so like, you can hit me with anything.
I don't even know who that is.
What?
I
didn't say an
musicians.
artist. Wait, hold on. Back
All
up.
walks?
Yeah, like. Like.
I thought you meant like all walk, like the frying pan walk, like some artists had named themselves like after the Chinese like pan walk.
Oh my fucking god!
And so I'm like, oh, that's probably a cool name. I don't know who they are though.
No. I mean, like all walks of life. Like you could, like you could hit me with anything, and I would be fine with it. Oh, bro.
Okay. Okay. Well, this is kind of awkward chat. So artists, yes. Top 5.
5.
I'm probably gonna name some off and they're in like no particular order.
Okay.
But so on my list is Chungha, K-pop artist, solo artist, love her music.
Always a bop whenever I listen to her.
Next is
Of course, Suisei. She's at the top, number 1. Of course, no one can defeat the Queen Suisei. If she's just the best.
Hoshiomi's Rise Up.
Hoshiomi's Rise Up, exactly. That's just me.
Who else? Dang, let me go look at my Spotify playlist. Yeah, I actually have a Spotify to like figure out like what music I really like.
What's on repeat? Glaive, I like Glaive a lot. Fuck This Town by Glaive. I listen to a lot of Glaive's music.
Oh, Glaive is good.
Yeah.
Lady Gaga.
Unironically.
Hey, Lady Gaga's good.
A lot of her songs. Oh yeah, she's a banger. She's a bop.
Mm.
Who else? And final one is Elfin Sung. It's
Oh.
Elfin Sung is this Japanese rock band thing, and they make some really good banger music with beautiful illustrations. I originally went into Elfin Sung because of the illustrations, but then I found out the music was just top tier peak.
It's peak. Yeah, Elfin Sung is really
It's
good.
peak.
That's good taste.
I love Elfin Sung. Yeah, but that's probably my top 5 in terms of music. I've listened to shit in the car before, like by myself, but when I go and like try to aux in other people's cars, they're like, what the fuck is this shit? You're a fucking weeb. JD's like, you're a fucking weeb, and I'm like, man, I get it. Like, cause JD and I, we have like starkly different music tastes. He's into rap, like a lot of rap, and I'm into like my thing.
Yeah.
And so whenever
K-pop, J-pop.
I've gotten used to it. Yeah, K-pop, J-pop. So whenever I'm in his car, he's always blasting rap, and I've gotten used to it by now. But whenever I'm like, hey, can I play my music? And he's like, no. You're cringe. And I'm like, man,
Damn.
man.
Any red flags? Any red flags?
Red flags in like a guy, or red flags in like my music taste?
I meant more in the guy. I was goofing.
Oh yeah. Like red flags is him saying like my music taste is trash, but it's like we just have different tastes in music.
How dare he diss Suisei though?
True. That's the
I will not
goat.
forgive him.
That's the goat.
I will not forgive him trashing on Peak.
How dare he?
I will say.
It's
And he's
true.
always like, get that weep shit away from me, and I'm like, but give her a chance, dude. You'll like her. You'll love her. You'll resonate with her. And he's like, no.
No. Dude.
He's like, no. What a normie.
Yeah, little normie, but that's okay. You know, everybody gets a little normie as a treat. especially when they're not chronically
Yeah, that's
online.
good though. I don't think I want to date another one of me. If I'm being real, if I saw myself in real life and they're like, I wanna go out with you, and I'm like, no, I'd rather die.
You mean if you saw another femcel?
Yeah, another femcel like me. I'd be like, I'd rather not. No, thank you.
Scarlet, no! You're supposed to disagree with me! Scarlet, no!
I'm being real honest here. But yeah, that's just how it goes with my music taste. It's all over the place. Like, I've listened to Caramel Dancin' 30 times straight.
It's peak!
Like, back to back. It's just peak, and it just hits different when you're just at 3 a.m. and you're like, what is the meaning of life? And you're like, I don't want to listen to the voices anymore. Caramel Dancin'.
True. It just hits different.
It just hits different, man. And then Caramel Dancin' hits different when you're, like, on sleepy medications, too.
Yeah, that's true.
You're like, dang. This shit hit diff.
Okay. I have the final viewer question for you.
Okay.
And it is from Fast as Nuck.
Okay.
Would you consider yourself a girl failure? Scarlet! Scarlet, come back! Scarlet, come back! Scarlet, please! You haven't paid for your tab!
I can't do this shit no more, Misa. I can't do this shit no more. What? What?
I mean, I think the question
Why?
is pretty straightforward. Would you consider yourself a girl failure?
What constitutes a girl failure? In what manner? What exactly is a girl failure? Did I fail to be a girl? Like, what is the criteria here?
Oh, people are saying wet cat.
What does that mean?
Kyrie,
Like the memes?
Kyrie Dreamy Miss said, "Surely you're a girl boss."
Maybe IRL people perceive me as one. Like, I'm not gonna toot my own, like, I don't want to toot my own horn here, but like maybe in person, people would be like, oh yeah, she's girl boss. On stream, maybe you can define me as a girl failure. I do a lot of scuff, if that's like what constitutes a girl failure. If you would consider scuff and like how I am here, like would you consider femcel like to be girl failure, or would you consider femcel to be like worse than girl failure? Is it like a subcategory of girl failure?
All right, let me cook up a new question for you. Where would you rate yourself on a scale from girl boss to sopping wet cat?
Oh, sopping wet cat all the way. Straight up, just me personally, I'd be sopping wet cat. Like the sad, like, oh my god, like you mean like the sad, like cat memes that are just like, I'm trying my best. Like that's me right now. That's me. All the way.
Oh man.
Like I'm definitely sopping wet cat meme all the time. It's just you'll think that I have everything under control, and you think like, oh yeah, I got this, she knows what she's doing, she looks confident enough, she has a firm handshake, she's great at doing her job, she passed the interview so well, she talks so eloquently, and I'm on the inside and I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. I signed up for a big girl job and I have big girl responsibilities now. I don't want to do this. Like that's me.
Oh man. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, and like I think at any point in life, like most people are like that, where it's like, oh yeah, like they're so well put together, like everything seems great and fine. No, I'm not, honey. Every night I'm having a mental breakdown, questioning whether or not this is my purpose in life, questioning whether the paycheck is worth my sanity, questioning whether or not everything I do up until this point in life is enough. Like, what am I supposed to be doing? Like, I'm going through a midlife crisis before I'm 25. Like, what do you expect me to do? So,
Oh man, you're
I'm
going
so
through
close
it.
to like going out and buying myself a fucking Maserati on debt just so I can feel something. Like, dog, what do you want me to do? Like, is that a girl failure? Am I being like, I know girl math, and like girl mathing for me is like going out and being like, if I buy this phone right now, right, and I use it every day for 5 years, then technically every day I'm going to be spending 3 cents. And over time, that's actually an investment. Just like buying this $1,200 pair of shoes is actually an investment into my appearance. But then I will do the same thing, turn around and be like, I'm not going to buy this $15 bowl of salad because it's healthy for me. I'll rather take water. No, not even water. I'll take this iced coffee and a bag of chips, and this is my meal for the day. That's girl math to me. That's nutrition to me. That I will save all that money instead of buying food to go out and buy like shit that gratifies me in the moment. That's girl math right there.
I think I agree with Nuck here. I think you need a girl therapist.
You know what is good therapy, Nuck? Retail therapy.
Oh man.
I don't need no therapist when I got retail therapy. Cause you know who doesn't bitch at you? Clothing and material items. They will never bitch at you.
So true. So true in real, Scarlet.
I think that whatever I said there is probably enough to constitute putting me in grippy socks and into the mental hospital.
In grippy socks?
Yeah! I've said grippy socks before to people and they're like, what's a grippy sock? And I'm like, oh, it's a normie.
I guess I'm a normie. What the hell are you talking about?
So grippy socks. You know the straight jackets
Yeah.
that they put people in?
Mm-hmm.
The socks are grippy.
Okay.
That's why they call it grippy socks. Because the socks are really grippy, so you don't slip.
Instead of just calling it a straight jacket.
Yes.
I
They put you in the grippy socks.
love this shit so much. It's so funny. Uh-oh. Every time I press the home menu...
The only thing that's stopping me from retail therapy is in fact my credit limit. Oh, it fucks you up.
Yeah, every time I press the home menu, it risks crashing my computer, I guess.
Gosh. Oh, Shades, you want to hear some freaky shit? I found out what BDSM was one time, and then I did some more research into it, and I fell into a rabbit hole of like things that become really grippy.
Oh god.
I didn't even know that was a kink for people. Like, it's not even sexual, it was like a control thing for some people out there. And I'm like, dang, y'all into this?
Hi.
Or like, or like people who are like, or what are they called? Like, they have a humiliation kink, and their entire kink is just going out and buying girls, like pretty girl shit, and just getting insulted for it.
Yeah.
Or they're like, oh yeah, I like getting hit. And it's like, I enjoy pain. And I remember like the first time hearing it, I'm like, how do you enjoy pain? Like people who like the candle wax and shit on their skin and stuff, I'm like, that can't be healthy. Apparently it is a thing, but
It's true.
when I first learned it, I was like, dang.
Let her yap, chat.
Yeah.
Let her yap.
I was like, God damn, this stuff. Like, I looked more into it, and then I found out what I thought a rigger was like a VTuber papa or mama that rigs moms. Apparently, rigger can have a whole different meaning put into another context.
Oh man.
Uh,
Yeah.
and it ties in with something called a rope bunny.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck is a rope bunny?
It's
And I googled it.
it's so funny. Like I have been petitioning from day one of hearing the term for people to stop calling the people who rig models riggers, because like holy shit. Oh my god, there's just so many ways that shit goes wrong.
Like,
there has to
I
be
get that you're
something
into
better.
shibari and stuff, but like, dang, bro. Loki, I do kind of want to get tied up and see what it feels like, just once in my life. Like, I'm morbidly curious. Like, what's it like getting suspended in the air? Like a fucking hog trap?
Oh,
Like, you know, like
really?
those traps where like they'll net the animal up in the air and they're like flailing in the air for their lives. I kind of want to see what. Maybe that's what it feels like.
I could do that for
I'm
you.
curious. Yo, Loki.
Hikey. Literally 5 feet from me.
Yo.
5 feet from me right now. My closet. I have a. It's a 50-foot coil of silk rope.
Mm-hmm. Silk rope? That's a thing?
Mm-hmm. It's so it doesn't like fuck up your skin and stuff. Like not super rough on it. You know, no rashing, anything like that. Yeah.
I don't know, maybe like what I want to do is I want to go in like full combat gear, right? Go out into the woods and then like step into a trap, get like strung up, and like that's how I want to go. Like not in the bedroom. Like I feel like that's kind of weird if people do it in the bedroom. Like I'm not kink shaming or anything, but like me personally, I kind of want to go out into the woods.
Wait,
and, like,
Back it up. We don't need any. We don't need any man versus bear moments.
No, it's not even like man versus bear moment. It's just like I just getting tied up, like in a tree, or like maybe like my foot is like dangling or something, and I'm just dangling off a tree with my foot just like upside down.
Yeah. Oh, that was the last viewer question. I don't have anything to change topic to. So at this point, until we're ready to call it, it's about 10 p.m. So just past.
Okay.
So you know, as long as we're good to keep yapping about kind of whatever. This is the period.
I'm chill, like.
I have no more questions for you. I have no more prompts. I am all out of ammunition. So we're good to keep yapping until we're done, and then we can wrap things up. And of course, at this point, chat. You know, if you wanna, you have anything to add or anything to ask, you guys are free to ask live in case you didn't get your questions in immediately. You know, in the like.
Someone just asked me what is the combat gear for, so I don't get like rope burns from like the rough ass ropes I'm getting like pulled up on. That's what the combat gear is for, to protect myself from like any serious injuries. Next.
Well, I mean, that's what the silk rope is for.
Does it feel better than like okay, I can get how like actual rope on skin could like leave burn marks, like rope burns. So is it just like silk just tied up like regular like tweed rope?
I mean, kind of. It's a lot more comfortable than. It feels almost more like a blanket, like a thin sort of more solid blanket that has been wrapped around you. It's a lot more. It's a lot more comfortable than like twine. Holy shit! If you're using twine for like any BDSM stuff, you're kind of a freak. Either you or your partner is kind of a freak, because that shit hurts. That shit feels bad.
Okay, I'd imagine because like that on bare skin, I can't. That's Like, I've had, like, calluses from that, just from my hands.
Yeah.
Trying to deal with, like, twine rope. I can't imagine trying to, like, do that in the bedroom and enjoying it.
Yeah, like baling. I used to live on a farm. When I was younger.
Okay.
I'm a country girl. So like baling
A
hay
real
and stuff,
country-
and like all of the hay is baled in that sort of twine, and so like grabbing that and
Yep.
throwing it and like getting these sick ass calluses on my hands. That holy fuck, it does not feel good.
Yeah, I can't.
That shit does
can't
not feel
imagine.
good.
Dang.
Like a ribbon, yeah. That's a lot more how the rope feels.
Gosh.
Ugh.
Yeah. Let's see what other questions they got.
What's...
So are all VTubers just rope bunnies? No.
No, you're looking at one of them. Not a
Yeah,
rope bunny,
not all
but
of
a
them.
not a rope bunny. Hi, that's me.
Yeah,
I'm the one who does the knots, not the receiving end. What started the Scarlet and
else?
Yuchi are wives meme?
I think Yuchi was the one that actually started it. Yuchi just out of the blue one day was like, Scarlet wife. Oh no, it came from our SDK organization. So Yuchi and I used to belong in an esport organization called SDK, and there we formed SDK Twilight, which was like the VTuber subgroup. And Yuchi was Dusk and I was Dawn. That was like their code names and shit. So I think from there, like, that's where like the wives dynamic came from, because like Dusk and Dawn, like, they're two sides of the same coin kind of thing. That's probably where the wives thing started. Yuchi started calling me a wife, and I was like, yeah, let's go. Yeah, I think that's probably where that came from, to put it bluntly. Other than that, Yuchi just calls me wife, and I'm like, hi, wife. Like, what am I supposed to say? No? What do you want me to say? I'm not gonna say no to her. Like, I'm not doing it to break Yuchi's heart. If anyone breaks Yuchi's heart, I will come after them.
Me too.
I will find them. I will find them, and it's not gonna end well.
Me and Scarlet busting down somebody's door. So you hurt Yuchi.
Alright. So you've chosen death. I don't even think it's just us. I think there's gonna be like a whole crowd of people. Like, that's a whole death squad right there.
Yeah. Oh, she does definitely have quite the following of dedicated fans. Needless to say.
No, bong goats. Yeah.
Don't fuck with bong goats.
Become bong demons.
Yeah.
They become bong demons, and then all of a sudden you're fucked. God.
Doing what to their door?
Let's see.
Busting. God.
Yeah. No. I caught myself there. Oh, no, I should not say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit! The filter finally kicked in.
I had to be like, wait a minute, that's not appropriate to say on stream. My bad. Alright, what's this next question? Scarlet, based on who and what you are, which of your relatives do you recommend I seek help from for after this upcoming election?
Oh man. Ooh. Let's keep that out of here.
Well, I do dabble in this topic a lot. It's best if I keep this off the stream.
Yeah.
For the sake of everyone's sanity.
Yeah. Oh, brother.
What is the longest time someone has let you yap? 3 hours.
Yeah, that sounds about the length of the presidential debate stream. Holy
yeah, 3 hours.
Oh my
3
god.
3 hours is the longest time that I've ever been allowed to yap and have yapped for. And
looking back at it, it's like, how did I manage to do that for 3 hours? It was in person too, so I don't know how I didn't manage to run that energy, but
it was a topic that I can't say it on stream because it was a topic that it's appropriate, but I'm not allowed to say it.
Mm-hmm.
I was disgustingly educated on this certain topic, and they wanted a whole rundown of shit, so 3 whole hours of me just explaining stuff to them. That was the longest I've ever yapped, and they just sat there for the entire 3 hours and listened to me yap while drinking their coffee.
Oh man. I know that as soon as somebody gives you like the space to, like you will just take that and you will run with it. I think it's a really good skill to have as a content creator, is just to be able to yap and keep on yapping.
I speak fluent Japanese. Like, I get it when like people are like, "Oh yeah, don't talk." Like, I can read a room and shit, but like, if you let me yap, I will talk. I will yap. I will tell my entire life story to you. Like, we will be besties by the end of my conversation with you. You will know a little bit too much about me, and I can't let you go now.
Wait, it's the cringe one. You just... Oh my god. Dragon has a really good question. Is the cringe one that you E-dated in that one VOD that we were talking about earlier, is that the same person that did the like presidential flirting stuff that we talked about last time that we had you around?
Presidential flirting?
Yeah, like those emails you got where the dude...
No, that was my ex. That was my ex. The presidential flirting one was my ex. I can tell you what happened with my ex, like that.
No, this is 2 different people. My ex was not a VTuber.
2 completely different. 2 completely different. No. So,
oh my god,
oh my
the fight or
lord.
flight that just triggered.
I don't even want to think about my ex right now, because like, I mean, no grudges to him, it's just like, I was just like not feeling it. Shit. So, long story short, me and my ex broke up on pretty bad terms. I blocked him on all platforms, every single thing he tried to message me on, I blocked him on, and he resorted to emailing me. And it was like a full 8-page, like 2-page, indented paragraph and everything, letter of, hey, can we talk? And my response was just, fuck you, go away. And then he emails me a second full-length, long paragraph, letter thing, paper, it should have been an essay or some shit. And it was like talking about how much he misses me, and how every time he watches a presidential debate, like, he's constantly reminded of, like, me and how I talk. And I remember, like, reading it to, like, some of my friends once, and they were like, this motherfucker thinks that, like, when Joe and Donald were debating, they think, oh yeah, that was my girlfriend. That was my girlfriend right there. And so I was like, damn, that's unfortunate, bro. So, yeah, that was basically the entire story. We were both young back then. I don't hold it against him. Like, we didn't know what was going on. I didn't want to be in a relationship at that time because I was such a workaholic and I felt it was unfair to him. I mean, he also said that he wanted to marry me right after I graduated high school. So
oh man.
Yeah, I was like, hey, our 2 plans aren't meshing together well here. I think it's better if we just split ways.
Holy shit. Oh, no. God. I cannot imagine.
Thinking of a politician and thinking of your ex has got to be some kind of insult.
I mean, man,
I don't know what to say. It's just
Yeah.
just who I was back then. I was a different person.
Yeah. And hopefully, knock on wood. I'm sure there's some, wood around here somewhere. Yeah, thank you.
It.
They are also a different person now than they were back then.
Oh.
And they wouldn't
absolutely.
drop.
I only wish the best for them.
Yeah, they wouldn't drop that cringe shit now. Oh, but it's
I mean,
so
I go
funny.
Back and I read it now, and it's like, man.
God.
Oh my god, I got some flashes to the past the other day because I never go back on my Facebook account, because
Oh god.
I just don't want to deal with like my extended family and so on and so forth. There's a lot of bullshit that I just don't want to touch. But occasionally I go on because my mom and dad, they, rather than text me, they always Facebook message me. Which is fine,
Oh.
because on my phone, I can just go straight to Messenger and I don't have to worry about it. But occasionally, when I'm on my PC and I have to message them back, like, through my PC, I have to go to actual Facebook for that. And I noticed that I was tagged in some stuff, and I was like, fuck it, I'll check it out, why not? And it was one of my old high school friends, tagging me in, like 10-year-old stuff from back when we were in middle school. And oh my fucking god, oh my bones. Oh man, looking back at like texts and messages that you sent when you were in middle school throws you the fuck back in the worst way possible. Oh, holy cringe.
Yeah, I don't really want to look at my texts back then either. Like, that was... No. No.
It gotta be the worst memories down. No. Oh lord.
Yeah.
No. I was a child back then. I didn't know any better. Like, I forgive myself, but I'm killing that part of myself. I can't imagine.
Holy
yeah,
shit.
I tried to be an adult, I tried so hard to be an adult back then that now it's like, no, that was not how to be an adult, Scarlet. Scarlet, no. You're not more mature for your age. No.
Oh no.
That's not the words you want to hear.
Not those words. Yeah, I was about to say.
You're so mature for your age. No, Scarlet, no.
No, that means something different.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's just how it roll.
Alright. It's getting close to 10:30 here. I'm gonna do a last call
Alright.
to chat. If you have any questions, post them now in the next, we'll give delay a second. Post them in the next, 30 seconds ago. We'll give it until, like, 2:58. You guys get 3 minutes. Post some questions if you have any
Alright.
lingering ones. And after that, we'll sign off.
Yeah. Good God. I have so many cancelable moments today on stream.
It hasn't been that bad.
Out of context, I would definitely get canceled.
We have one from Nuck.
I can't see chat. What's going on?
We have one from Nuck. Thoughts on the pinned message. The pinned message is currently, if I had a partner and thought about them whenever I saw Joe Biden, I think the signs would be there. What do you think about that?
If someone compared me to Joe Biden every time, if I got compared to Joe Biden every time they saw me, my reaction would be,
Okay, it's time to go now. It's
Wait, no,
definitely time.
Scarlet, come back. We're not quite done.
That's just my reaction to it.
That's the second time we've made her walk out of the bar.
I'm like, I'd be like, I can't do this shit no more, chat. That's it. My run with life was great. If this is my lasting legacy, I do not want to be here anymore. Let my memory die along with me. No. That's my reaction.
We do have another question here from Early Up Late.
Alright.
Asking, Scarlett, what do you think about critically acclaimed video game for gamers, Everhood? Have you ever heard of Everhood?
I've never heard of Everhood before. What is it?
It's a vaguely rhythm-based game. It's story-based, like the stuff you've been looking to play recently. And it's hard to explain too much of it without giving away the juice, the good shit.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's like I just looked this up. It's like $6 or something like that on Steam right now. Would definitely be something to consider.
Okay.
Definitely try it if it's like a story-based game. I'm trying to get more into those.
Yeah, would 100% recommend as somebody who has played it personally.
Good.
We have another question. How big is your gaming backlog? Do you have a bunch of stuff that you're looking to play currently?
As of my current gaming backlog, I Am Fish. I have Elden Ring, so that's gonna be a doozy to get over. There's a lot of games I actually haven't completed. Like, there's some games, like, I played Life is Strange for a little bit, but I don't know if it's, like, a vibe for me. I know it's, like, a story-based game with, like, a twist, depending on the choices you make, but, yeah, I think that's as far as my gaming backlog goes. Life is Strange, I Am Fish, Elden Ring, maybe another Souls game while I'm at it. That's probably it. It's not too big.
Alright.
Yeah.
You hear that, chat? If you like any of those games that she mentioned, go check her out.
Yeah. Gosh.
Okay. Holy shit.
Oh.
Whoa. Early said, okay, chat, this is a test to see how cool you can be. Scarlett, enter this Steam key and put a Steam key in chat. Alright.
Okay.
Let's see you do this shit.
I may have to... Okay, I need to take off my VR headset first.
Let her cook.
Oh my god, what is this?
It's okay, I'm sure you can get to it. Nobody would be cringe, right? You hear me? Anybody who's looking at this on YouTube won't be able to participate in this part of the stream.
57 IRG dash MFJ LP dash C.
Yeah, you have to call it an IM, not a DM, John. Early is old.
It says duplicate product code. The product code you've entered has already been activated by an existing Steam account.
Ooh. Who did it?
Unfortunate.
Who did it? Any claimers? Terribly
Looks
unfortunate.
like someone else claimed it before I did. Yeah.
Ooh. Someone was cringe.
Ugh.
Lurkers. It's okay. I hope somebody enjoys the critically acclaimed game Everhood, which I'm assuming that was. Hopefully they have a good time with it.
I'm assuming that was probably Everhood. Yeah, chat failed the vibe check. Unfortunate.
Ooh.
Thank you for the thought, though.
I have a shiny new copy of Hollow Knight Silk Song. Alright, I think
that's a win.
I think with that we will clean things up here.
End it off.
I have
Alright.
one final question for you. I lied earlier about being out of questions.
Oh. Okay.
Can you please let us know if there's anything in the near future that you're planning? Like any big plans in the near future?
Big plans in the near future. I will be going to Anime Expo this upcoming June 4th to 7th. And I'm willing to meet any other VTubers who are attending.
This will be my first public appearance at a con, and I am willing to go up and meet those of you who are attending AX. That is my big event for the year. You will get to see Scarlet Lillian IRL in the flesh, talk to me, and realize that I'm in fact not just an anime girl behind the screen, if you're willing to break immersion.
While I am not personally going to Anime Expo, my friend here, Tara Dagos, is going to Anime Expo. So hit her up, or, you know, Tara, hit Scarlet up, since Scarlet is the drunk one right now. And see each other. I would love to see these two worlds collide. Tara's cool. I vouch for her.
Yeah. That's my big plan in the future. Like most VTubers, they wanna roll around in that little strolley thing. No, I wanna see you in real life. I wanna give you a firm handshake in real life.
Come here.
Come here, let me give you a good firm handshake.
That's what I do with people. It's like, oh, I'll give them a firm handshake. And I've had people who are like, oh my god, you have a firm handshake, and I'm like, yes. that's how you do it. I hate people who give flimsy handshakes. You better give me a firm ass handshake if you see me.
All right, finally.
I don't do hugs with strangers, but yes.
But yeah, what's up?
Finally, I would like to ask for you to shill yourself. You know, give your stream, give your socials, so on and so forth. Shill, do it.
Okay.
Do it.
Alright, Scarlet Lillian on Twitch, Scarlet Lillian _ on Twitter. You can join my Discord. Go into my Twitch chat, type !Discord. You'll get on my Discord there. Scarlet Lillian _ for TikTok as well. YouTube is also Scarlet Lillian. Scarlet Lillian across all platforms. There's only one of me. You'll see a red-haired woman or a white-haired twin-tailed, pig-tailed woman. That's gonna be me. I got both forms going on here. But yeah, we're doing great things. Thank you so much for coming out and listening to me yap with Misa. Misa, thank you so much for being such a wonderful host and inviting me today, even though I don't know why the fuck you would invite me on as the first guest. You're probably on some kind of drugs or crack, but you know what? I'll take it. I love you for that. You're the best.
It was a fantastic idea to invite you first, Scarlet. I've talked with you before in VR chat, especially a couple times, so I knew yapping with you would be fun and it would be a good way to test this out.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on today. I very much appreciate it. Thank you, chat, for coming and hanging with us and making this an even better time. Thank you for submitting questions. I appreciate that. Next time I do something like this, you know, I'll try to post it more than a day before, or like 2 days before the actual event, so you guys have more time to formulate and like put in some pre-cooked questions that I can run off of. And thank you to Tara for both the graphic that was used on Twitter and also this graphic used back here in the background. Very, very much appreciated. And I think with that, that's pretty much anything.
Yay!
Pretty much
Thank you
everything.
so much.
Yeah.